Hi friends, it's Anne here, and today's video is going to be a little get ready with me. I was looking at one of the palettes that I picked for my, well, I didn't pick, the roulette picked in my Pan That Palette / roulette project. It was this palette, the Magnif-eyes Crimson Edition from Rimmel London. And when I was swatching it and kind of looking at the shades, I was like, you know, this could be kind of like a full face palette. Like, these could be blushes, these could be bronzers. This, I think, is light enough to be a highlight. And I was like, maybe I should try that. So I'm gonna try doing a full face with just this. Obviously a few other things like mascara, but like I want my eyeshadow, my blush, my bronzer, my highlighter, and even lips with this. And yeah, I don't know. I hope it works. That's kind of what I was thinking. This may be a really dumb idea, but we're just gonna go with it and try it out. To save some time, I've already done my base. So I have my Coconut Skin Smoothing Primer as my primer. I have the Covergirl Vitalist Elixir in 605 as my foundation. I have the NYX Dark Circle Concealer. It's like a color corrector. And then the Wine from Maybelline. This is in the light shade. And then just to powder my face, I have this. I've also tried to sort of set my brows with this, the Anastasia Brow Freeze. Yeah, I don't love this product, but that's what it's in my brows right now, if you couldn't tell. My horrible brows. So what I think I'm going to do is maybe start with the eyes first, and then we'll go from there. I usually start with eyes first anyway. I actually do my eye makeup before I do my base makeup in case I have fallout. But wanted to do the base just to kind of get it set. There we go. Okay, so eyes. So I think I'm going to start with actually this pink. I've been wanting to start with this pink in the crease. All of my brushes are dirty, by the way, so please don't judge. I was going to wash them last night or yesterday, and then last night I thought about it, and I was like, it's too late now, because they won't be dry in time. And I don't have enough brushes to, like, have two sets, like a backup. So this is where we're at. That was a bit deeper than I thought it would be. Not that that's a bad thing, it's just different. So how y'all doing? It's been a while since I've done a get ready with me, maybe a couple months. I don't think I did one in March. I don't know. I don't remember. Time, memory. I have a really bad memory, by the way. Like, really bad memory. It's just one of those things. I accept it. It is what it is. But yeah, it's been a little while since we've had a little sit down. I'm going to avoid any serious topics in this video because I feel like sometimes I get like way too serious in these videos. So today's video, we're not going to do that. We're just here to sit and play with makeup and chit chat. So I guess one update I can give you guys that I've mentioned in my last Get Ready With Me is the whole GERD, the whole acid reflux thing. It's been fun. If you've noticed in the past few videos, I feel like in the past month, my voice is kind of like not great. It's like either like raspy or it's like pitchy, because it's part of the whole acid reflux thing. Like my throat's sore. It's part of the whole thing. And I just feel like it's been on and off worse over the past, like since February. Some days are worse than others. But yeah, so I still am having symptoms. I would say overall, my symptoms have lessened. Back in like February, I started eating, well, yeah, I'd say like mid to late January, and then through February, I started eating pretty boring. I started really cutting down a lot of the things that I was eating. I was eating really basic stuff for the most part. And then I ended up getting a scope done. So a lot of you guys recommended, and I was like, you know, that's a really good idea. It's time to go. And they found nothing. Like, it's GERD. You have GERD. Good. Way to go. Have fun. Here's some pamphlets. They did do some like biopsies, but she was like, I don't expect there to be anything. And I'm like, yeah, I don't expect there to be anything either. So I won't hear back from that though for like a lifetime. I think she was like 6 to 8 weeks, and I'm like, that's like May if I hear anything, if I even hear anything. I'm assuming it's like most things. If you hear nothing, it means they found nothing. They don't usually tell you anything if there's nothing. So after I had that scope though, I was kind of peak. Symptoms were real bad. And I was like, okay, what do I do? And a friend of mine had gone through something similar, and she had an elimination diet from a dietitian from when she had it. So she gave me that plan. So I am on the tail end of an elimination diet right now. And, well, at least the tail end of the first part, right? Because the first part is you eliminate everything, and then you're supposed to then start slowly bringing stuff in. So for like the past 2 weeks, I have had no coffee. This is not coffee. This is peppermint, like organic, no caffeine tea, which actually wasn't in. So there's a couple things I wouldn't say cheated, but there was 2 things that weren't in the list. Peppermint tea and chamomile tea, and I've added those 2. I figured they were safe. They're like, you know, no caffeine, there's no extras in them. It's just tea leaves kind of thing. But yeah, basically the diet is like, what am I going to do now? What am I going to do now? I kind of want to go for a darker eye look. Let's go all over the lid with this color. I feel like these 2 colors look identical. I'm going to go with the darker one. Well, I'm going to start from the outer corner and bring it in. So yeah, the past 2 weeks I've had no caffeine, no bread, no sugar. It's like no gluten, no sugar. There's a few days where I couldn't even have rice because it's like, yeah, it's been it's been a tough 2 weeks. I didn't realize how hard this would be, and it makes you really, I would say it really makes me think about how I eat and what I eat and things that you don't really pay attention to. You're like, oh yeah, I guess there's sugar in that, or there's, you know, gluten in that. Like even just like breaded chicken, like nope, plain chicken. And then what made this elimination, or what makes this even harder, is there's no spices. So when you cook, it's like plain chicken, plain vegetables. And then the first part of the sort of diet is it's a really small set of vegetables, so it's real boring, like real boring. Yeah, so I'm getting close to the tail end of that, and I think it's been helping. I think, like I said, my symptoms are lessening. I'm still having symptoms. I'm still on like the PPI, you know, antacid medication, but I feel like they're not as intense as they were. The hard part now is going to be don't add back all the things. The other thing though is I do want to say is I don't feel like, and I said this before, I don't feel like there's any particular food that's triggering for me. I think it's just food in general, for the most part. I mean, I have been eating pretty bland for quite some time now, so I can't say that for certain. But yeah, I thought I was eating bland before. Oh my god, so not compared to this. So yeah, so like, I mean, it's the type of, you can Google them. It's fairly similar to some other stuff that I saw out on the internet in terms of an elimination diet. A lot of people do it for if you have food allergens. So you're trying to eliminate, you basically have to like whittle down to something pretty restricted diet. Now, what I've seen with a lot of the food allergen ones is they're longer. I guess it takes longer for things to kind of get out of your system. And again, it takes longer to sort of reincorporate things because you're supposed to try something and then see how you react to it over a few days. Again, I'm going to do that as I go, like adding things back in, but I probably won't take as long because, again, I don't think I have any food allergies. Like, I don't think there's anything that's super triggering from what I can tell. I mean, I guess I'll find out. But yeah, it's been fun. Like, I've been so crusty because honestly, the hardest part, and it's getting a little easier now, but I will say one of the hardest things is I'm just going to take this shade right here. It's sort of like a blendy shade. I'm trying and blend up a little bit here. I would say the hardest part, it's maybe not the coffee in and of itself. I mean, I'm sure the caffeine is... it was darker than I wanted it to. We're going to have to try and fix that. That's fine. We'll just go in like this for now. And at the beginning, because it was really cold here, so like I take Harley out and it's cold and I want to come in and I want to have like something warm, but you know what, like herbal tea, it doesn't cut it. And again, I can't put anything in it. I can't put milk in it. I can't put sugar in it. I can't put honey in it. Like nothing. It doesn't cut it. And I was really missing that like satisfying little treat. Like even just having some black tea with milk in it is to me a treat compared to herbal tea. So that was interesting to kind of see and learn about myself. Also, you're supposed to eat like smaller amounts, which I've already been kind of doing anyway. Well, that's been somewhat involuntary. Involuntary eating smaller amounts because that's part of my symptoms. But like smaller portions. But you also like, I feel like, so this past few days I've been able to incorporate different vegetables back in. So I even just had like red bell pepper yesterday and I was like, oh, I forgot what this tasted like. Like it tastes different. Because I haven't had it for a while. And again, you're supposed to eat slower and think about things. And I was like, oh, like I was surprised at how almost sweet it tasted than I expected or than I remembered. I don't know. It was different. It was interesting. Okay, I'm going to go in with like a shiny shade. I just don't know which one. So yeah, I'm super excited to get back to eating some more normal things. But again, it's made me think about, you know, maybe I don't eat as healthy as I think I do. I know I don't eat super healthy, but I feel like I don't do too bad. I mean, I've pretty much cut out fast food ages ago. Like I have it every once in a while, but like rarely. Like I would say less than 6 times a year I have fast food. It's just something I cut out a long time ago. And once you've kind of cut it out and don't make it a habit, I think that's the thing, making it a habit. So I actually cut it out a long time ago. I cut it out when I lived in another city because where my condo was in that other city, there was like 6, immediately where my condo was, there was like 6 different fast food places right on my way home. And I just was like, for me, it's like, don't ever stop there and make it a routine. Because if I don't go in the first place, I won't ever go. Like I won't make it part of my habit. So I don't know if that's really dumb. And from then on out, I kind of started slowly cutting it out. Even like driving home. So when I go home to my family home, I used to make it a habit of stopping and getting, you know, McDonald's on the way home. Because it's like, well, it's a treat. I'm on my drive home. But then it was like, I'm driving home at like one point I was like going home every weekend. So I was like, McDonald's every weekend. It's like, no. So I usually try and take something in the car with me now. So I have like, even just like a granola bar. And I usually have, like I make coffee or tea or a shake on my drive home, for my drive home. So then I don't need to stop for fast food. But anyway, yeah, it's been interesting. It just made me really think about how I eat and what I eat, and I could do better. I could do better. I also really miss chocolate. And again, I don't eat a whole lot of chocolate. And this is something I've learned about myself. It's like I don't eat, like I won't eat, like, okay, Easter bunny. Like I won't eat a whole Easter bunny. But I'll have just like a little piece every day. Like I like to have a little bit of chocolate every day. I don't know if that's a bad thing. But maybe I should like cut that down a little bit. Maybe I should not eat chocolate every day, even if it's just a small amount. It's still there. It still adds up. Still maybe not super healthy. But you also have to live a little too, right? So it's a fine balance of like, what's the point of restricting yourself so much that you're miserable, right? I don't think that makes sense either. This is just I don't know what's going on with my look. I just keep adding in some things here. Maybe I'll wet it. I just want that to be more punchy. Or maybe, let's go in with this. There's like a goldy shade here. Let's go in with that shade. See what happens. Oh, there we go. That's fun. I don't know if that showed up on camera. Just sitting here doing my makeup, it was making me think about if you had any celebrity or popular makeup artist do your makeup? Who would you want? Who would you want to do your makeup? I don't know. Anybody else ever think about this? Like, I watch, makeup artists on like YouTube or wherever, and I'm like, man, I wonder what they would do if they did my makeup. Like, how would they choose to do my makeup? I don't know if I have like a number one person. I might have to go wipe some of that off. But certain people that I think about, like I would really like Lisa Eldridge. Yes, Eldridge. Say her name right. To do my makeup. I think she would do like a really pretty, I don't know. I can see her doing like a really pretty look. And I don't know, she just seems so like sweet and gentle and like very precise in how she does her makeup, like very intentional. And she's one of those like a less is more kind of person. I'd just be very curious to see what she would do on my face. I'm on the same extreme note. I'm super curious to know what somebody like, okay, I'm going to go in with this brown because it's a little bit of a safer brown for my eyebrows. On the same vein or a different vein, complete opposite vein, I'm super curious if like Nikki Tutorials did my makeup. I'm so curious how she would do my makeup because I have a very different facial structure than her. And I'm super curious to know how would she do my makeup? I don't know. Okay, I'm gonna like take a break from filming because this is gonna take me a while. My eyebrows take me forever and then we'll come back. Okay, I have eyebrows on. Yes, they're very different. My eyebrows are distant cousins. It's fine. We can move on. So I'm going to do eyeliner now. Just going to grab a brush. And I'm just going to dip into this deepest color over here and do some eyeliner. Yeah, so I would be so curious to see. I'd also like somebody like Wayne Goss maybe to do my makeup. I always feel like he's somebody that I think in real life we might actually be friends. Anybody else feel that about some people on YouTube? I mean, some people it's like you watch for fun, but you couldn't really see yourself being a friend with that person in real life. And there's other people that you watch, you're like, yeah, I could totally be friends with that person in real life. I get it. They're like me. Or they're somebody I think I would get along with really well. Wayne Goss is one of those people. I think I would get along with him in real life. But yeah, I think I would like him to do my makeup as well. I think it'd be fun. I think it'd actually be fun to sit with him and do makeup. Yeah, I'm gonna have to go wipe under my eyes. I have so much fallout. Hi, Pumpkin. You okay? You're a good boy. Yeah, I know. Mama's filming. Always talking to that stupid camera. You're so sweet. So the other thing is, it's been really good for me to go through my makeup inventory recently. And I feel like my projects are really helping me use my collection and making me think a little bit more about what I'm adding. Because I was looking at things and I was like, I'd like to buy that. I'd like to buy that. But I don't know. I'm questioning myself a little bit more on some items that maybe I wouldn't have. I think the Sephora sales might still be going on. I don't know when it ends. But I'm not buying anything. I'm not intending to buy anything, at least for myself. That's the plan. I think for me, it's been sticker shock. I've been looking at stuff online and I'm like, why is this so expensive? And I mean, it's no secret that inflation has been an issue like everywhere. And it's also no secret that a huge part of that huge part of prices going up has nothing to do with inflation. But again, we're not going to go there. And I was just like, man, like the little hourglass minis. So I bought one of those minis ages ago for $26. I shouldn't say ages ago. It was probably like 2016, 2017. And I bought it for $26. It was just a mini hourglass powder. Then they went up to $30 Canadian. I was like, I don't know if I want to buy one of those now because $30 is expensive. It's now $33. Like, come on, guys. Like, holy crap. So yeah, I really don't want to buy one of those now because I'm like, that's expensive. That's so expensive. Or even like the MAC mini lipsticks. They used to be $10 and then they were $12. and I think they're now $16 or something ridiculous like that. I was like, no, I'm not buying any of those, at least not from Sephora. I see some on sale, like maybe at like Nordstrom Rack or at Winners, but like the minis are $16. What's going on? That's a lot of money for a mini. I mean, I do like the idea of the mini lipsticks. I just posted my lipstick video, and I was like, I like mini lipsticks because I can't use a full size up, so I might as well have a mini. And minis are great for travel. They're great for storage. I'm a minis person. I don't know if I ever mentioned this before, but I always had this really dumb idea of having a restaurant where it was kind of like all a la carte and all like small. Sorry, I got something in my eye. So the restaurant would be like a la carte style, and everything's like small. So you know how like the slider burgers or like the small tacos, but you can buy like one of everything. Because I'm always one of those people, I want to try one of everything, but by the time you do that, it's too much. So if you could just have like little tiny pieces or like little tiny cakes, like little mini cakes, and you could have like a little chocolate cake, a little vanilla cake, a little like dulce de leche cake, like, you know, wouldn't that be great? That was always my restaurant idea, was minis. And I think, honestly, if I ever did a makeup line, like that would ever happen. But if I ever did makeup, I would definitely try and have full sizes and minis. I might even just have all minis. Wouldn't that be great? I mean, I think it's fitting for me too, because if you don't know, I'm 4'11", so I'm mini. I'm mini size. I'm fun size. But yeah, oh, that could be my makeup brand. Fun size makeup. I'm saying all these things now, and somebody's gonna steal all this and do it, and I've ruined my idea. But whatever, I said it first. But yeah, I would love my makeup brand to just be like all minis. Everything's like small size, and then you can try all sorts of different things for not too much money. Sorry, I'm just using the Doucce Boomtasic mascara. I'm not sure I love it. It's feeling really dry, and I haven't used it a whole lot, so I don't know what's up with that. I liked it when I first used it, but I feel like it's going quicker than others. Ow. That's the other thing with this brush. I keep poking myself in the eye with it. I don't know what it is about it. It's got really short bristles, but they're not as short as I think they are. I think that's the issue. Okay, I need to like deal with this fallout that's all over my face, and then I'll be right back. I'm gonna come back and do a little bit more in the eyes, but let's go with the face. Let's try and do some bronzer. So I was kind of looking at these shades and thinking, like this shade right here, it's a little reddish, but I do like a reddish bronzer. So, I mean, it's all just colored powder anyway, right? Sometimes I think about makeup and I'm like, it's just colored powders. Why am I spending so much money on colored powders? I mean, eyeshadows are a little bit more pigmented usually than a face powder, so we're just gonna like, I'm taking a little brush here and I'm kind of squishing it. And let's tap a little, and then let's do that. Okay, it's not blending great, eh? Oops. Just gotta blend it a little more vigorously. Okay, let's go into a little more. Maybe I tapped in too hard. Go very loose. Blot it off there. This is maybe not the best brush for bronzer, to be honest. It's pretty thick. It's more like a foundation brush, I think. I have no idea what it's for. Mini, well, it says mini medium sculpting brush, so it would be better with cream products. I don't use it very often, to be honest. It's a Real Techniques brush, by the way. That worked. Once we started blending. Blend down into her neck a little. Just leave the bangs. It's fine. Okay, blush. So I'm going to go in with the same color I started with, was that pink color. Again, my brush is not clean. I'm just going to kind of like pinch it. Okay, maybe we can go in a little bit more with this one. There we go. That worked. That works. I think I should have just maybe used a different brush for the bronzer. So what's going on with you guys? I'm super curious to know. How's life? What's happening? Any plans for Easter weekend? I will be going home to see my family. Nothing real though. I'm just hoping for good weather. That's all I hope for. I hope it's nice enough weather that I can take Harley out. I feel like we've been pretty cooped up here in the city. And the weather's just been, it's getting better. But speaking of Harley, he's fine. Okay, I'm going to go in with this shade on the end here for highlighter. He's good. I mean, he's old. I do notice he's slowing down ever so slightly, just a little bit more. My dad laughs. He's like, how do you know he's slowing down? I'm like, I know. I'm with him every day. And like, I know he slowed down because it's been cold in wintertime and he doesn't like the cold. He likes when it snows, like when it's like that nice fluffy snow. That's about it. But yeah, I just feel like he's slowing down a little bit. But like we had a really good walk this morning. Again, I was quite surprised. That's working. That worked. That worked quite well. I'm impressed. That's actually a nice highlight color for me. Look at that. But overall, he's happy. Gets super excited for his treats, and the one concierge person, he really likes her. So he gets super excited when he sees her, and he gets super offended when she's like not there. He has this funny face when he's like, see if I have a picture of it. It's like, I'm super mad at you, woman. I'm super mad that she's not there. I'm super mad that you haven't done this. I'm angry. And he sometimes makes little noises. He doesn't really bark, but he makes funny noises. But yeah, no, he's fine. He'll have to go back for a vet visit to check one of his levels that was a bit out of whack. But he's on new meds for that. And he's back on some meds for his arthritis medication that he was off. Well, we'd started some. He was on some like a while ago, and then we stopped it because he had to do all his testing. And then he went back on new medication, and it seems to be working. Again, has some days where he's slow, but I can see like he perks up in the evening for some reason. That's like his moment, and he'll have like a burst of zoomies in the evening, and that'll be it. But I mean, it's something. So you know, he's a happy little guy. He's just sitting here patiently waiting on me to finish this video. I need to add a little. I want to take that highlight shade and add a little zhuzh to the eyes. So I'm going to add a little to the brow bone. Because that was kind of dark up here. A little too much. Too dark. And then maybe take some of it on the inner corner. Lighten that up a little bit in there. Okay, and I'm going to take one of the shades. I don't know which one. Maybe let's go with this shade on the bottom lash line. Oh, it's getting real bright all of a sudden. Maybe I'll go in with a little bit of this sparkly shade that's on my lid. Okay, let's maybe add a bit of powder to my lips. I think you can do that. Let's go in with this shade, which I haven't used yet, in between the light pink and the dark pink. Oops, that's the dark pink. Is that working? Oh yeah, there we go. Okay, and then I'm just going to put a bit of gloss over that. This is the Revlon Super Luscious Lip Gloss in Snow Pink. Oh, it totally worked. Look at that. So good. Yay. Okay, I think we can wrap up this video. It worked. My little plan worked. The bronzer was a little rough, but I think it was more brush than the actual product. And maybe like maybe I didn't have enough like base powder on my face. Oh, did I mention I had this on my base powder? I don't even know if I did. This is the Clinique powder that I set my face with. If I did, I just said that again. Memory! So yeah, that actually worked as a full face palette. The eye look maybe is something to be desired. It's maybe not the best look, but it's fine. It was fun to just kind of play around with a bunch of the different shades, but yeah. See, it's just color powder, guys. Sometimes we've got to like open our minds a little bit. It makes me realize I have way too many color powders that I could use in other ways. I'm really like, that shade is a highlight. This end shade here. That's this end shade right here. That like worked out really nicely as a highlight. It's a really nice color. So yeah, I think I'm just going to wrap up this video here. I'm happy with the overall look. I'm happy that my little experiment, it wasn't a big experiment, it was a baby experiment, worked out as planned. And yeah, I hope you liked this video. If you did, feel free to give it a little thumbs up down below. And if you haven't already, I would love it if you subscribe to my channel here in Toronto, Canada. I hope you're doing well, and I'll see you sometime soon. Bye.